Referee Brent McKeon in charge.
Off rip, you see a pretty big height advantage from the blue corner, Tyrell. If he utilizes his jab and his long kicks, I think that might be a pretty good game plan for him.
As Nathan pointed out, no takedown. So if you're one of those, you boo at the UFC whenever things go to the ground, you will love Muay Thai.
Nice body jab.
And you're right, Nathan. Right off the bat, you see a significant size difference here. In striking, I would argue more so than weight. It's really, wow, the reach. The reach is more of an advantage than the actual physical weight.
And these are two pretty good gyms, man. Ever Ready Muay Thai, they have a lot of amateur champions, a couple pro champions, and then, you know, ATT Atlanta, they got a lot of guys out of there as well.
Now, it should be noted, Muay Thai rules, you are awarded points for a sweep. However, if you throw your opponent to the ground, you grapevine the leg, any kind of wrestling takedown, the referee will stand you back up. No points awarded. And Matt Tyrell really using that reach advantage, extending all the way.
He's utilizing his left kick really, really well, especially when he throws his jab and he gets his head moving to the outside a little bit.
He might have stung him there, Nathan. That is out for blood.
Nice knees up the middle.
Wow, goodness.
Wow.
Oh, my. Oh, wow. Of Sebastian, Nathan just pulled.
Nice.
Sebastian's going to need to be careful with his hands. He's playing with his hands wide, kind of a parry style. But when you have a long fighter like Matt Tyrell, you have to protect that center line right there because those ones and twos can find you really quickly. Oof.
You know, putting something in front of that jab, man, he's doing a good job slipping his head off the other side, but maybe a little bit of parry or blocking on the guard might do Mr. Sebastian well.
Sebastian's going to have to find an answer. He is just getting demolished. We might see a standing 8 count right here.
Tyrell's doing a great job of mixing the body to the head, back to the head.
Oh.
Nice shots. 8 count.
Yeah, Nathan, I wouldn't be surprised if this one gets called. Yeah, I think this one's done so.
It. That's it.
Wow.
What a performance from Tyrell.
Long lightweights here. You got Shepard. Well, he's the black guy. Andrew's white guy. It's just easier that
was
way.
Jim Shepard.
It's just easier. Come on.
Yep. Yeah, you said these are 55ers, correct?
They are very tall 55ers. Now, Joseph making his debut for sanctioned fights. He has done several smokers and point fighting, so he does have combat sports experience, just not one that actually counts on the record.
And he's doing a great job of putting Andrews on the fence here. It looks like he has some really good pressure. You know, now Andrews got the double underhooks. So it looks like he's turning him here.
We talked about Axel's coaches in corner, Joe Shepard. Oof.
Good takedown right off the cage.
Joseph training under my broadcast partner, Lawson McClure, who loves these positions and gets grimy, so this will be familiar territory for Joe. Now here, Nathan, this is what I was talking about before. Without the strikes, that's got to change the action and the game plan for Axel on top here.
Yeah, I mean, so at this point, right, you only have a couple options. You know, you can try to pass guard and or you can hit the body. You know, there's not much else that you can do here other than hold him on the cage at this point. So sometimes in amateur MMA you see some stand-ups because of the lack of strikes, you know, and what you have taken away here in Georgia. But it looks like he's doing a good job of trying to break down that guard. And now, so we see Shepard's opening up his guard, maybe fishing for a sub.
He does have the legs for a triangle, although it does need to be noted the shin guards make it a good bit more difficult.
Nice. Shouldered.
And Andrews wisely posturing up. And this is an IBJJF. You can absolutely slam somebody if they hold that triangle.
It looks like Shepard here is switching to an armbar over here, belly down maybe.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it from that angle.
Good
But
escape from Andrews.
you know what? When the guy on top can't punch you in the face, it really opens things up.
And I think this is Andrews' debut for us here in the NFC cage as well. Of course, we've seen a lot of his teammates and stuff like that, but every single time they put out a new athlete, a lot of the other people have their eyes open because nice omoplata possibly.
Wow, he's really battling for that. Andrews wisely rolling out.
That does not look fun.
That's when you're really glad there's no struggle.
You're looking at somebody with a mullet and cauliflower ear. It's possible you'll get some wrestling.
Ooh.
Nice left hook off the rib. Oh, my God.
Joe Shepard, who I have gotten to train with, uses his range very
Three
well
left hooks in a row.
for an 0-0 fighter.
He's really doing a good job mixing up with the body, and that left hook, that was the fourth time that's landed.
Axel's getting caught with that right hand low. Shepard's finding a home for that lead hook. Shepard's going to be careful keeping that chin up in the air. I know he's used to having the reach advantage, but Axel is just as long as he is.
And that left hook is finding a home every single time he throws it.
Shepard needs to be careful not to get caught in a dogfight here. Oof, right in front of us.
Hard shots exchanging. There's a little bit of blood on the forehead of Andrews now.
I'll say this for Andrews. He has got a chin on him because he is eating some flush shots.
Definitely a change-up from the first round here.
And Axel Andrews, wow. He's eating shots, but man, is this guy tenacious. He is just charging straight forward.
Move it. Move it.
Get on your respective fighters, if you will. Did you see what the break was here? Did we get a poke?
No, it might have been a low blow. I'm not really sure. Poke here.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Yeah.
Head movement.
Both fighters look pretty happy to get a little break right now, to be
Oh,
honest.
yeah.
Shepard looks like he's breathing a little bit heavier than that first round here. So,
You know, I mean, it's different in the practice room or in a smoker versus when you're out in front of a big crowd and you look out at your friends and your training partners. Your heart rate picks up before you've even thrown a punch.
especially with a heavy grappling first round like that, nice right hand by Shepard.
Yeah, there's a reason a lot of people don't wrestle. It's very difficult.
Looks like Andrews is picking up on these left hooks that have been landing. He's keeping his right hand a little bit higher.
And you're right about Shepard. He's definitively gassing out a little bit here. Axel Andrews, like the Terminator, where he's just eating shotgun shells and just walking forward. And you just watch for that head and arm, Nathan.
Right in the side mount. Yeah, Shepard looks like he is feeling this second round a little bit, feeling these exchanges.
We don't have a clock, so we don't know how much time is left.
Full mount here by Andrews.
Now, Nathan, tell me if you agree, but the guy who usually sits in your chair, Lawson, will say that sometimes in amateur, if you're on bottom, it's better to let your opponent pass him out because he has less options here without the strikes to the head.
Yeah, I mean, that's one.
Tired you get.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's a great point.
And especially when you pelt someone on the chin and they don't flinch. It can be a little disheartening.
Nice. Some dirty boxing going on here.
My goodness.
Nice shot. Good body kick. That looked like it hurt Shepard a little bit. Mouth guard is out.
It was tape. I thought it might have been his mouth guard, too. Wow.
Right in front of us here, exchanging big blows.
Axel just unrelenting pressure.
Shepard's looking tired.
Yeah, this is just a brutal pace that Andrews is putting on him. Wow, this could be a stoppage here. My goodness.
This might be it.
Wow. What a come from rounds MMA action underway.
Right to it, man. Right to it. And, you know, these are, again, 55ers here, lanky guys. You know, a little bit different than what we saw. Big sweep right off the bat.
I'm assuming with, wow. Oh, my goodness.
Big head kick, man.
I'm glad he's still alive. Wow. I know your coach is big on the preparation and the study, so I would imagine they've watched footage on Devon, and I understand why he came out hot. If you give Devon a lot of space, he's going to hit you with, well, head kicks.
Good defense right there off.
You see one thing that needs to be noted too, Nathan. We got Devon changes stances a lot, so you're going to see a lot of that open stance where it's righty-lefty. Just switched right there.
Just missed the head kick, man. Devon's kicks, man, there's not a lot of telegraph, and he comes off the bat. I think Chathan is seems to be a little bit of a slow start right here. It's a little bit of a slow starter, so once he picks up the momentum, I'm excited to see what happens.
And especially when you've got a guy who's not only lanky but knows how to use this range. I mean, you have to be careful. If you just go blazing in,
yeah, and you know,
one and done.
Devon, you know, he throws a lot of knees up the middle, so that's another aspect that you can't just rush in and jump on the legs because you know, you duck your head into a knee, that's on you. You know what I mean?
That's a great point because in amateur MMA, you cannot pull someone into a knee. But if I were to shoot in a double at you and you throw a knee, it's legal. It counts.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So if I would imagine that's where Chathan wants to be, is right on that mid range. He probably doesn't want to play the range game right here.
Well, you saw right there, Devon had Chathan up against the cage, and he willingly backed out. So we know where he wants to be. He wants to keep this game long.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame him, man. Devon is like 98% legs, so.
Great timing on that shot.
Chathan pull the ankle out here. Might be a good ticket to the ground. Devon's doing a great job of framing the head, messing up the pressure of Chathan right here.
So for our viewers, give them a little insight. If your thoughts are here, you got someone on the cage, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, if I have someone on the cage right here and their hips are that far out, I'm trying to inside or outside leg reap and slide them down the cage. You know, especially if they're long and lanky like that, and you already tried to get under their hips. You know, now we're back into the open. Right back to the cage as well. Bump on the cage is nice. But Devon doing a great job of hiking those arms up and getting them right above the hips.
And I'm sure you feel my pain. Even when you get below the butt, these tall, lanky guys can be so hard to dump because their legs are just so damn long. Wow.
What a way to start. I think he heard me.
I'll meet you there. Yeah, it sounds strategy. I mean, Devon, wow, he's not only long, but as you pointed out, he's very good at disguising and mixing in those kicks from different angles. So if you give him too much space, it's only a matter of time before he finds you.
Right. Chathan keeping that right hand high. I know. I think he can expect that the left head kick is coming. You know, he's keeping that left hand high. Devon doing a good job circling out. Nice entry. Let's see what he can make happen here. Got some action right in front of us here.
Ooh. And again, no elbows from this range, but you can absolutely knee to the midsection.
Heavy knees up the middle.
Yeah, Dallas needs to avoid. Good job when he separated there. Delorier firing on the break.
You know, the entries by Chafin are really sharp.
Caught a finger there. Or just a mouthpiece. Well, he's got away with that one. You can't call your own timeout, but Devon, a gentleman and martial artist, he let him have it.
Can't say I would have done the same.
You're not obligated to.
You know? Devon doing a good job with the feints.
Now, Dalton, I notice here, he's starting to lean in. He might be trying to bait Delorier into throwing a punch so he can shoot under it. You see with his posture, Doster leaning in like a boxer. Oftentimes, if you're looking to grapple, you'll do that trying to bait a strike so you can shoot in.
Good job with the frame on the elbow and the face, man. It's messing up, it's taking Chafin's spine out of alignment. For those of you guys watching at home, where his head is now on the chin and on his face is where he wants to be. When you start turning his head to the outside with your elbow, it really messes up your ability to push and press on the cage.
Being a good wrestler, it's so much of it is just understanding how to use your body. And you look at like the Dagestani guys, the reason they're able to dominate is they know where to put their body.
Yeah.
And you're exactly right. If you move the head, it moves the spine, and you can't put your weight where you want it.
Almost a big moment there for Chafin. Got him down for a second, but I don't think that counts as a takedown. If he were to pull and circle to his right, I think it might be advantageous for Chafin right here.
Delorier content just to let. Gonna need.
Nice shot.
Excuse me, Datler's gonna need a finish here.
This is where he wants to be. You know, again, he's framing out the head, which is really hard for him to. Good adjustment there.
And this is a tough spot to be in, Nathan. Have you experienced this where you're going into the final round and you know you're down on the scorecards?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, you know, it's a weird feeling because you can't really can't get too reckless and crazy because you leave yourself open, but you know you need to press. The balance from Devon right there was really, really nice.
That is the struggle. When you know you're down, you feel this sense of urgency, as you should, but at the same time, you don't want to get sloppy, especially against a guy like Delorier, because you start charging in, you know, you don't want to lose, but you'd rather lose the decision than get knocked out.
Absolutely.
It's easy for coaches, fans to say, you have nothing to lose. It's like, yeah. My brain.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice way to push the head down right there. But if he just bumps and, you know, those hands connected under the butt would change the game a little bit right here. He's keeping him pretty high above his hips, and that's a really, really smart thing to do by Devon.
Yeah, he's turning sideways, not letting himself get flattened out. And you're right, this is going to make it hard for Dotla to make connection here. And again, Delorier is really, there's no reason for him to want to put himself in danger. He could just ride this out.
Right in front of us here, these legs, here Coach Brantley screaming, legs are twisted up right here. Inside or outside leg reap would do wonders, I believe, right here.
Yeah, you could also look to use the leg just to go old school. I can never say the name of the Japanese, but just pull him back, use that leg to trip.
Yeah, absolutely, like a valley drop.
Yeah, that's what us gringos call it. I can never say the name. Dallas staying active, but again, he's going to need something big. You got to think he needs the finish to pull this one out.
You know, even if he gets this round, which is looking like he will, just from gluing him on the cage, don't know if that'd be enough to win over the judges. There it is. smart way to drop on the hips there, and Devon doing a great job raking the head back up to above the hips.
Yeah, with a guy with limbs and legs like that, a lot of times you're going to have to get the ankle. Because if you just get the thigh, you're going to have a hard time being able to get the leverage. But if you pick that ankle, get the feet out from under him. Short time here. Wow. Oh, my
Big
goodness.
shots here at the end.
Whoa. Delorier wanted to make a point there. And whoa.
And a backflip.
From Gwinnett Training Academy, Devon Delorier from the blue court.
There you have it as expected. Here we go. I just love Kwame Darko.
He's got the appearance of a chimp that's about to kill a gibbon.
It's almost like a movie, like how Seagal would be so chill,
Yeah.
and then he just murders you.
No facial expression change.
I just want to bake a cake, and then he kicks you in the face. Now
Searles closes the distance, gets into the clinch, forces Kwame to the cage, but then Kwame throws a knee in return.
This, Lawson, is what I'm really interested to see is the grappling exchanges, because Kwame has been able to manhandle everybody's gotten his hands on. But Emery Seals slick and uses his range very well.
Kwame is smiling at Searles as Searles throws strikes and kicks at him. He literally just smirked at him.
I think that clean jab Darko got hit with is maybe the first clean shot I've seen him take.
Yeah, he smiled like it turned him on a little bit.
It is possible.
I got to say, folks, like, I got headphones on and I can hear those body shots landing. Kwame is just a beast. Searles is trying to disengage, and it is not working.
Wow, the spring hook that Darko came up with. If Seals had eaten that one, I think his night would have been over. You know, wow, nice turn from Searles.
Big uppercuts from Kwame. Kwame, hands down, just kind of like Patrick Swayze looking at him.
It is very possible that Kwame is just an elite, like, sports psychologist, and he just knows how to keep himself super chill. He doesn't really get tired.
I mean, I can't see if he's even breathing.
Wow.
Big hook and a back take. Driving Searles to the fence. Searles trying to hit a switch here.
Wow.
Kwame re-switches the switch. How about that? Kwame showing some wrestling right here.
And as you've pointed out in the past, Lawson, trying to take someone down with like a body lock when they've got those long legs can be incredibly frustrating.
It is tough because they can stay connected to the ground very easily, and it makes it difficult. Big knee from Kwame. Searles tries to answer for an uppercut. It just misses just barely. Boom, once again, same exchange. Kwame staying glued to Searles in the clinch here. Searles trying to create a little bit of separation so he can land something, but Kwame is just pressing forward, looking to get the scoop.
There's those long leg
Boom.
advantage.
Gets the takedown as we get the 10-second knock here. Searles back to the switch here. Boom.
What a round.
Kwame with somebody as long as Searles is.
Interested to see if Searles can use those long limbs and effectively connect from outside.
Kwame just so explosive. He closes distance so fast, and his grip is undeniably strong, as we've seen in past fights. Once he connects with you and gets inside, oh, he was waiting for something. Searles with a very nice Uchimata there, taking Kwame over the top, landed some strikes on top. Look at this, Searles putting it on him now that he has the advantage. Kwame walks the fence though, gets back up.
A little surprised Darko let him disconnect right there. One of the many fascinating things about Kwame is with his stance. It's so upright, and he keeps his head up almost like a karate fighter.
He keeps his chin up.
But yet, no karate at all.
No.
And he looks for takedowns, but he does it from a very upright posture.
Yes.
It's just
guys
unusual.
Are very, very heavy on that lead foot. Kwame just so relaxed in his stance, in his hand placement. It is very much got to throw his opponents off. Searles throwing those long strikes now, trying to stay on the outside. Really mixing it up on Kwame. Kwame back in the clinch, forcing Searles back on the fence. Let's see if he goes for another takedown here.
So far, Searles has shown some real moxie and skill here against the cage in some of these transitions.
A lot of Kwame's opponents have folded underneath his strength in the clinch and on the ground. But Searles is maintaining pressure.
Of Darko's 3 bouts so far, 2 of them had already been over. He's only gone the distance once. And again, advanced amateur, a little more lenient with the rules, but still no elbows in the amateur ranks.
Right here, though, Kwame has to be careful playing this game for too long. Because right here, Searles is scoring, and he is getting the control points. You know, if it weren't for as hard as he was hitting his opponent, you would think he is like in a very casual sparring match. Searles being very intelligent, trying to keep Kwame outside. Kwame rushes, gets back into the clinch. Searles immediately answers with a flurry of uppercuts.
Good timing. He didn't catch all of it, but he got Darko with an uppercut as he was shooting in.
I gotta say, this is probably the most outwardly aggressive we've seen Kwame in terms of his, pressure. Generally, he's very laid back. His corner must have let him know, like, hey, we might be a little down on the cards here.
This is uncharted for him. We've never seen Darko in a situation where he needs to be the aggressor. He's usually already finished somebody, or he's handily on top. This one could very easily be 1-1, maybe 2-0.
Very hard to gauge, it's
That's a big knee from Searles.
solid jab hook from Searles.
Now, see, this is one of the disadvantages of this upright stance. When you lean back like that, there's nowhere for your head to go. You lose your vertical and backwards movement because you're already leaned all the way back.
Kwame trying to drop those big short hooks as he moves in.
Wow.
Searles really putting it out there right here.
The body
He
shot
wants
slid
this
right
one.
through.
He's definitely showing his desire to win this fight.
Wow.
Big shots landed on Kwame. Oh, shucks Kwame off as Kwame tries to close distance on the clinch.
That's the value of getting those frames in. What a knee. This is the first time we've seen Darko looking tired. Ooh.
I gotta say, Searles is exceptionally accurate with his strikes right here. And, someone might say, oh, he's running. No, he's staying long. He doesn't want Kwame to get his hands on him, and he is staying on the outside, throwing long strikes. I gotta say, I'm impressed with what he's doing here. That jab and front kick, keeping Kwame on the outside. Honestly, this is the most worn out I've seen him in all of his fights.
It's not only smart, wow, from a strategy standpoint, but he also is confident he's up on the scorecards. It's not on him to press the action anymore.
And not to darken Darko's future here, but I gotta say, I honestly thought Cyril scored more points that last round.
I think that was maybe the most decisive round. And it's, you know, it's very honorable to push the pace and always go for the finish, but it's better to win fights. So when you're up on the scorecards.
By unanimous judges' decision,
Macon, Georgia!
fighting out of the blue corner, Angry
We're in the white, advanced amateur action, 3 3-minute rounds. North side, Nate Mann.
Morin and Swanson feeling each other out here, trying to find that distance on each other. Swanson coming in with a big overhand, just misses.
When the shin guards come off, it changes your approach. Well, we talk about it all the time, and you got the shin guards on, you can be a lot more liberal with your kicks. You can just throw a naked kick, and if they check it, so what? As soon as the shins come off, you got to be a little choosier.
You hit a knee or an elbow, you might break your foot.
Right there, Swanson just carrot top that inside kick, and those feel terrible.
Jab by Swanson. Morin being cagey on the outside.
And Morin has a very nice lead hook. He likes to use that check hook, so Swanson will need to be careful.
Presses Swanson to the fence with a double. Swanson walks that fence. Morin scoops. Now he's in Swanson's guard. Let's see what he's got here.
And a tough spot for Swanson as Morin is right in his corner. You've got former UFC vet Diego Lima talking right in your ear.
That's right.
Thankfully for Swanson, Lima's a very nice guy, so he's not going to say mean things to you.
Swanson reaching over, looking to get that Kimura. Morin doubling down, getting his hands together. Oh, it looks like he actually has a handcuff, the Dagestani handcuff right there, which is odd because Morin is Colombian. Maybe it's a Colombian handcuff.
And here you can't see it on the broadcast, but the advantage of your corner is literally Morin is eye contact with his grappling coach, walking him through how to defend this lock.
Up. Swanson let go of the Kimura grip. Morin is probably going to look to posture and start landing some strikes here.
Morin is a very good purple belt, so very comfortable on the ground. "30 seconds here in this first frame.
Staying tight and close, landing some shots to the body. Morin trying to close out this stanza on top, landing some strikes.
Now that's 2 leg kicks Swanson is throwing that he really hasn't committed on, and I do not like throwing the soft leg kicks. Every time you do that, you're putting yourself at risk, so you might as well make it count.
Swanson ducked in for the double there. Morin catches him, stands him up, spins him, puts him on the fence here. Let's see if Morin hits that takedown again, gets him on the ground, and starts going to work on top like we saw earlier. Swanson having a tough time here, keeping Morin off of him. He really needs to pummel in on those underhooks, try and get some control back. Morin trying to take the back there. Looks to hook the leg, spins him. Now he's got him face first in that fence, which is a bad spot to be in. Excellent clinch work here from Morin.
It's a takedown defense by Swanson. A good job of establishing his base, getting back to his feet.
The Colombian Cowboy not giving Swanson any breathing room here.
And you know what I want right here, Lawson. A good old foot stomp.
Oh, yeah.
They're so underutilized. Right there.
Just step on his toes. Do it. You know you want to.
But you know how you know it works? Because when you do it, the other guy always reacts. Nobody ever just gets foot stomped and just is like, whatever. They move.
Oh, they move.
Good use of the head there by Morin, too, putting under the chin of Swanson.
Morin getting in on the single leg. Swanson trying to figure out a solution here. Starting to look a little gassed out here.
Great clinch work by Morin. Probably learned that from his mom. Oof.
That was a heavy leg kick right there.
This Morin's like, that made her proud on that one.
Oh, man. Stuffs the shot, spins out. Swanson's legs starting to look a little like hamburger. Interesting combo there. Through the kick, went in for the double. Not one you see too often. Swanson.
Wow. Finishing with a bang there in round number 2. And you are absolutely right. That left leg, woof.
If I was.
Here we go. Third and final round. Probably one apiece, Lawson.
I would definitely give Swanson the first, Morin the second.
Now Swanson being the aggressor.
Being very aggressive with that jab. His corner probably lit a fire under his ass.
And it's one of the best ways, especially if someone's kicking you and your leg hurts, forward pressure. Because if you're pressuring me, I don't want to leg kick you anymore because I'm probably going to get punched or taken down.
Swanson had Elijah on his back foot for a second, but Elijah clinched him up, spun him. Now let's see if the Colombian Cowboy can take it back to the ground. Back to the back take again. Let's see if he can get him on the floor, though.
It's electric. A good knee by Morin. Swanson responds with a solid left hook. Oof.
Trading jabs now.
Swanson has got a really good snap on that jab.
I gotta say, I thought that Swanson was starting to flag on his energy, but he is really picking it up and turning it on this third round.
Morin says, I got a jab too. Both guys firing those pistons right down the middle. Swanson's got to be careful hanging out there. Sometimes he'll throw a strike and like there, and he'll kind of stand there. You got to be in or you got to be out. He'll get caught in the middle. Oof, goodness.
I gotta say, he's got to stick with that jab, Jim. That jab was having a definite effect on Morin. He's got to throw that sucker out there and really press him with it. Morin trying to counterpunch, lands a good hook, lands a jab of his own.
Wow, what a close round as we have 30 seconds left here in round number 3.
Swanson really needs to just go hard 1-2 right down the middle. He's been connecting with that jab. Now Morin's starting to get his feet back underneath him, landing that lead hook.
Good, he ate the leg kick, but he made him pay. It's smart.
Heavy strikes, heavy strikes.
10 seconds.
Ooh, heavy jab.
Wow.
Oh.
What a round.
Your winner, out of the red corner, Elijah Morin, the Colombian Cowboy.
Colin Morin getting the unanimous decision victory. Here we go. Muay Thai 2-minute rounds.
This has the potential to be a very explosive fight. Villazana landing a hard inside kick right there immediately on Tony Hope. Tony Hope answers with his solid outside leg kick. Trading kicks.
One of the unique things about Tony Hope is he has this wide stance, yet he still checks kicks incredibly well, which typically you don't do both.
This is true. This is true. We're now in the clinch. Villazana hugging a little bit. Nate saying enough of that. Let's get back to that punching. Oh. And as always, folks, remember this is a Muay Thai fight. These kicks are scored more than the punches are.
Great point. Not the same as MMA, although here in the NFC, some of these Muay Thai decisions do tend to look a little MMA-ish. But ideally, you're supposed to score the kicks, clinch control more heavily.
Oh, Tony having some cup problems. We all been there, son.
Well, the real problems is when you don't wear one.
Man, I swear, Jim, if I got back in the cage, I'd be fighting guys 16 years my junior as well. I give it to Villazana here. This is a young man's game, but he fights like a gritty young man. He fights with the energy of a younger guy, but the grit of the older fighter he is.
Especially in Muay Thai, even more so than MMA. I mean, your reflexes tend to be the first thing that goes. At least in MMA, you can have grappling exchanges, slow things down a little bit. There's a reason you don't see a lot of high-level 40-year-old Muay Thai fighters.
This is true.
And for the champ, you're going to need a break here. The inside kick, found a spot, not the right one.
Shake him out, Tony. Shake him out. Telling you, son, you got to bounce on your toes.
Get upwards of 5 minutes if he needs it.
Man, that would be a shame to see this fight stopped or
No chance of that. Champ's not letting this one go to a doctor stoppage. He'll recover. He's young, virile. He's got that tie cup in. You can see it from the string on the back.
Oh, yes.
Certainly not intentional. Villazana throws a lot of kicks to the inside, and it's going to happen.
Outside leg kick. I was going to say, Tony playing on the outside with his hands low, inviting Villazana to throw at his head. Catches him in the clinch again.
Tony Hope's a murderer in that short clinch.
I was going to say, interesting choice, though, after he has just eaten 2 knees to the pills.
There we go, round 1.